So it's been about 48 hours since I actually went ahead and bought the third generation iPhone SE. And what I can tell you is that it's a little bit of a different story, okay? And I think that's the best thing to tell you. Going from using it for 24 hours to 48 hours, not much has changed, to be honest. The biggest thing has been I've been using it a lot more, and I've been able to compare it to a lot more devices, including one of the main devices that Apple kind of showcased that, hey, if you have this iPhone, you should probably go and upgrade to this one. That's actually the iPhone 8. Now, when I went ahead and compared this device to really any device with the A15 chip, A14 chip, and even the A13 chip, there really wasn't that big of a difference. I'm getting ready to compare it to the 10R, and I'll have an updated video tomorrow, but I'm not really noticing really crazy differences with those specific devices. However, when I went ahead and did a comparison between the iPhone 8 and the iPhone SE3, I'm actually seeing some pretty big differences. I think the biggest difference is actually with the speed. The speed is the biggest thing you're going to be gaining, going from an older iPhone to this one. Even though the body is exactly the same, even though it has kind of the same exact thing going for it, even the camera quality is pretty much the same, to be honest. You're actually getting a much faster device, and I won't even say it's like a crazy amount faster, but it is noticeably faster. There are some things though that are still about the same. I noticed if you, for example, click the home button to go out of an application, they're almost the exact same speed. I didn't really notice anything super different there. I did also notice that in terms of like fluidity, going from one, to using them separately and kind of, maneuvering through the pages and everything, I'm also not noticing any crazy differences there either. I was expecting bigger differences. That's not really the case. So I will tell you, if you have an iPhone 8, there will be a speed increase. I don't know if you'll notice it at first, but there definitely is going to be somewhat of a speed increase for sure. But that's the other weird thing. If this phone's main selling point is the fact that it has that latest chipset and it's so much faster than its, previous generations, I'm curious to see why it's only slightly faster. Like, it is faster for sure, but it's not as big of a difference as going from an iPhone 8 to even an iPhone 10, in my opinion, is. And as I mentioned before, the main reason this is because of the case, and I don't say that because the iPhone 10 is a faster phone than the iPhone 8 or it's a faster phone than the iPhone SE3, that's not the case, but when you're using an iPhone with a home button versus the gesture-based design, I'm noticing this is the biggest differences. With an iPhone 10, it has that gesture-based design and it makes things feel and perform so much better, whether you realize it or not. It's not a faster phone, but it feels like a smoother phone. With the SE3, it still pretty much has that home button, so you have to wait until the animation is done, and you have to keep, using the home button for pretty much every single thing on that device, and it kind of makes this phone not only feel, a little bit older, but there are noticeable delays when you're clicking the home button versus when you're swiping up with the gesture-based design. I would almost allude it to the difference between a 60Hz panel and a 120Hz panel. The 120Hz panel doesn't make the phone faster, but it makes it feel faster. And that's the same thing with the gesture-based design. All in all, though, the iPhone SE3 is a faster phone. I noticed the battery life is, good, I'm assuming. I haven't really fully tested this thing yet, but for the last couple of days, comparing it to on standby time and using it, it's not bad. But like I mentioned, whenever you get a brand new iPhone, it's usually really good when it first comes out. And then as you use it, that's when it kind of, evens out a little bit more. So I will keep you guys updated once I start doing full battery tests and everything. But as of right now, 48 hours later, my opinion is still pretty much the same, to be honest. Not much has changed here. I still think, if this was $249, that would be a really good price. And that's probably the max I would buy it for. I don't think $429 is worth it still. I think an iPhone 11 is better, an iPhone 12 is better, an iPhone 10R is better even, and you can get a 10R for cheaper than this thing too. So that's kind of my opinion a few days later. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that will mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.